students, Miss Lutz here. I just wanted to come to you to talk to you a little bit about phoneme grapheme mapping. Miss Burns, our instructional coach, will actually be doing a lunch and learn in March sometime that focuses on this. It will be open for all grades, but she will talk about like grade specific things during that time. So we have been using this for our spelling words for a few weeks now in my class, and it's slowly growing across our kindergarten grade level. I have been super excited about teaching spelling through this because it's not through just memorization. We actually have done like word studies on our spelling words through this, which makes them understand that letter, that sound to letter correspondence a whole lot better. However, it's not always, or some words like our high frequency words that we go over every week. Don't some of the letters in those words don't make the sounds that we're used to. In kindergarten. And those are what we have been calling heart words because heart words are words that we need to know by heart. We are making or, highlighting the tricky to make it sticky in our brains. And that has really helped our students just really jump to the next level when it comes to writing and spelling words. So there was a few things I want to talk about, and you will get all kinds of information when you attend that lunch and learn with Miss Burns. She's an incredible teacher, and super glad that we have her here and I work alongside with her. But we have been using this phoneme grapheme mapping, and phoneme is the smallest unit of sound. So the sound that the letter makes is the phoneme, and grapheme is the sound in written form. So if I say ah, that is the phoneme. When I write the letter A, that is the grapheme for ah. So I'm going to go over how we do spelling in the classroom because I don't want it to be memorization. That doesn't mean throw away the flashcards. I just really want you to have your child decode every single word because that is the bridge for all of this. Okay. I will go over the words that we will be doing next week, and we will be learning short U next week. And note you'll see some of my hand movements in this video. So I just want to go over some ways that you can practice spelling words with your children at home, or just kind of have a better understanding of what we do. So you might have already seen this one in your child's folder, like on Fridays when their work has been sent home. However, I've taken away this part now so we can start talking about heart words. So the first word that we are going to go over is run. Run will be the first word. I want you to show me you're ready by putting your hand under your chin or like this so you can feel your chin drop. When your chin drops, that means you've said a vowel. Vowels make our mouth open, and that's what indicating our syllables. So we'll ask the students, how many syllables does run have? And they'll say, run. Their chin dropped only one time. Okay, so the word run has one syllable. Well, how many sounds does run have? You'll give me a fist and we'll sound it out. R, mm. 3 sounds. So that means we need to use 3 boxes, okay? And I have little circles over here that I'm going to use digitally, but I have normally like little chips or something small that they lay on their paper, okay? So for every sound, we're going to add a chip, okay? So what we're going to do is the first sound was Hmm. Okay, after we do that, we're actually going to drag it down. And we use 2 fingers because that's the highway to the brain. When you drag this down, you are going to write the letter the grapheme for the sound that you hear. So, and I might ask, all right, kids, what letter says And they would tell me R. What is the second sound you hear? Good. Now, what letter says U. Yes. So, U is a vowel, correct? Is it a short vowel or is it a long vowel? It is a short vowel. Very good, because if it was a long vowel, it'll shout its name. All right, so to make a short vowel, we're going to put a breve on top of that. All right, and the third sound that we hear in run is mm. Good, and what letter says mm? N. Very good. Okay, so let's sound it out again. Good. And then we will write the word over here. Nothing was tricky about that one. Each letter, the consonant and the vowel said their sounds. That is expected. So we don't have any heart words in that. All right, so I'm going to move my little chips off. And the second one I want to go over is tuck. Tuck. How many syllables does the word tuck have? Tuck. Tuck has one syllable. So, how many sounds does the word tuck have? Give me your fist. T, k. It has 3 sounds. So, how many boxes will we use? 3. So I'm going to put my 3 tokens back over in my sound boxes. Now we're going to sound the word out. As we sound it out, I'm going to write the letter. The first sound says T. I'm going to drag it down and write T, because T says T. Okay. The second sound, drag it down. U says good. And is it a short vowel or a long vowel? Is short. And the last sound you hear is k. Now, let's say one of my friends pulled this down and wrote just K. Probably common because we just did K last week. Or they might write a C right here and a K over here. I don't want your child to erase this, okay? This is extremely important. We've got to mark out their mistake, okay? So they would just draw an X over that because that's the incorrect sound. And we're going to start over. T. And it's a short vowel. And the last sound is k. We learned last week when we hear the k at the end, it is C-K. Okay, so both of those letters go in that word, or that box, I'm sorry. Then we would write the word out. All right. And then I'd make sure that my child or students clear their boards so that we can get started with the next one. And the next one will begin our heart words, okay? And there are sight words and high frequency words. And high frequency words are words that are read a lot, and they need to be automatic. Sight words are ones you should automatically know by sight. Okay, I can look at it and know it, look at it and know it, look at it and know it. Okay, and both of those should be very automatic. The two sight words that we have for next week are for and have. We're going to start out with for, so I want you to put your hand on your chin to show me you're ready. For. How many syllables? One. Good. Let's sound them out. Or. How many sounds? Only two. Correct. So I would put 2 chips in my box. Now, what was the first sound that we heard? And we know that what letter says F? Good job. Now, there's the tricky part. Or. That's one sound. And the thing is there's 2 types of heart words. There's simple heart words and there's tricky heart words. The simple heart words, sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied, are regularly spelled high frequency words, and the consonants and the vowels make the sounds that they expect. The tricky ones are non-decodable. It has at least one letter spells a sound that we don't expect to hear. So these are harder for our memory. That's why we're going to put a heart around it, and so we can remember it by heart. So the next sound is or. Okay, or. In kindergarten, we don't go over that sound, okay, but we know that or is F-O-R. So or. I would write O R. Right. Sorry, that makes it look like an O. And then because I don't know it, I would put an O above, or a heart above the O and a heart above my just above the O. Sorry. And then, or you can put it above both of them. I've seen it that way too. I'm scared that if we put it over it like this, that is going to mess up the kids' writings. Uh-oh. Don't know what happened. Sorry about that. And then you will write it over here. All right. And that second high frequency word for the week is have. Or have. How many syllables? Drop your chin. That was one syllable. Good. Now let's sound that word out. Ah. How many sounds does it make? 3. So I'm going to make sure we take up 3 sound boxes. Okay. The first sound we hear is what letter says H? Good. So we're going to write the word or the letter H. The second sound we hear is ah. And we know that A says ah. Ah is a vowel, but is it saying its name? No, so it's not a long vowel. Ah is a short vowel, so we would put another breve above it. The third sound we hear is have. Okay, so we would put that V, but the thing is have is HAVE. So this one is tricky. There is no word in the English dictionary or English language that has V or ends in V. So we put the silent E after that, and that's why we have it little down here. And that's what makes it tricky, because the H it's saying the name we expect or the sound we expect, the A is saying the sound we expect, and the V is saying the sound we expect. But there we don't hear the E. So we would put a heart over the E. All right, and then we would write that word out. over here. Okay. I hope this all makes sense, and this was really just kind of a run through. I don't want to take too much away from Miss Burns because I want you all to attend that lunch and learn. I really hope that you start working with your children at home, decoding words, and really studying the words of the week. And if you have any questions about what it should look like or anything like that, just make sure you check the SMORE first because your teachers are really good about posting those videos on there. I do know, like for mine, for instance, the video, well, it's not loading. The video is actually linked through Vimeo, so you have to go to the actual Vimeo.com, but it will take you right there if you click on the right thing. I hope that you all have a great time studying your spelling words with your children now. Hopefully, this will make it a little easier and more fun. Bye, guys.